The Pixel 4a is coming very soon. The specs have leaked, the designs have leaked, and the hands-on videos have leaked. So should you jump in when the Pixel 4a is released in a few weeks' time, or should you wait until the autumn and get the Pixel 5 with all the flagship upgrades? Normally these two phones wouldn't really share the same market, but with all the rumors this year pointing towards the Pixel 5, at least one of the versions actually using a mid-range chipset, it seems like actually the deciding factors between these two phones are smaller than ever. We've seen all the leaks by now with the Google Pixel 4a coming with a Snapdragon 730 chipset, a 5.8-inch screen, which is apparently an OLED display, even though there is a fingerprint sensor on the back, which usually means that it's an LCD display. A lot of the rumors are pointing towards an OLED. 18-watt charging is a good spec for a phone at this price point, apparently coming at about $400, and the single camera system on the back. But anyway, if you were looking maybe at a Pixel 4a and upgrading, the Pixel 5 may be a better option, and we know a lot about the specs already. The big news really regarding the Pixel 5 is that it may be using a mid-range Snapdragon chipset this year. So the Pixel 4a is apparently using the Snapdragon 730, which is also a mid-range chipset from Snapdragon, but it is their old version. It's last year's version of their mid-range chipset. The 730 was actually the second down. There was a 730G, which was standing for gaming. The G was for gaming, and so that was slightly higher performance than the 730. But the 765G, which may be going into the Pixel 5, is the upgrade to the 730G. This year's version, even higher performance, and also importantly, it has 5G as well. A member from XDA developers in the Pixel 5's code for the camera app actually found that there was code supporting the Snapdragon 765G chipset and no code supporting the latest flagship version, the Snapdragon 865. So that means the Pixel 5 may be coming with a Snapdragon 765G chipset. Is there a huge difference between the 765G and the 730? You probably won't notice a difference day-to-day usage, flicking through apps, social media. There's not going to be any difference between the smoothness of flicking through. There may be a slight difference when it comes to gaming, but actually not as big as you think, because the 765G, in my experience with all the phones I've used with that chipset, still can't play games at the very highest level that the Snapdragon 865 can. That's important to know because actually day-to-day usage, the 765G and the 730G may not give you a massive difference in the feeling of the phone, but the 765G does give you a little bit more headroom and also should give you slightly longer longevity in the chipset, and of course gives you 5G if that is going to be important for you over the life of the phone. Other hardware in that phone is definitely going to be a step up from the Pixel 4a as well. So there are very heavy rumors that in the Pixel 5 series there will be a triple camera for the first time, and that's really important because we've never had an ultra-wide camera before on a Pixel phone, and this is an addition that a lot of people are going to want. The Pixel 4 series also used high refresh rate screens, and I would heavily assume that they would also be used in the Pixel 5 series, even if they do use a mid-range chipset. The difference between 90Hz and 60Hz refresh rates is pretty big. You can notice it. This is actually going to make a much bigger difference to the way you use the phone and how fast and smooth it feels comparatively compared to the difference in chipsets. A long time ago now, we also got these Pixel 5 leaks about some possible designs that Google may be using. Maybe not the final design that they will choose, but at least one of the designs that they were choosing between for the Pixel 5. Definitely a unique design overall, a different design, but it does confirm that there are at least 3 cameras there, so we could be seeing a triple camera system on the Pixel 5, which you're not going to get on the Pixel 4a. We of course don't know the price of the Pixel 5, the Pixel 4a rumored to come at $400, but certainly a slightly improved chipset, a high refresh rate screen, an ultra-wide camera, triple camera system, definitely some face unlocking on that phone too. There are some big upgrades, and if Google can keep the price lower because they're not using that flagship Snapdragon chipset, it could be a really, really good deal in the Android space. So I'm actually really looking forward to that phone. It could be a really good phone to go for, maybe worth the wait, skipping the Pixel 4a, but let me know what you think. Do you think the Pixel 4a looks like just a very, very good deal at $400 and worth to go for, or do you want to wait for the Pixel 5 and see what Google have in store for us in that phone? Subscribe for all the latest tech news and videos. That's it for now, but I'll see you in the next one.